last week, the startup community gathered in Delhi for the biggest Mahakumbh.
Sir, I can't hear
The
you.
3-day event was held from 18th to 20th March and was rightly named the Startup Mahakumbh. The event saw participation by founders, visionaries, innovators, and investors, and of course, leaders from across the nation. Hello, welcome to the Thought Leader Show on My Startup TV. I'm Major Sunil Shetty. My guest today is Shrikant Sinaji, who is the CEO of Telangana Academy for Skills and Knowledge, also known as TASK. Sinaji is a visionary leader dedicated to enhancing youth employability and fostering skill development in Telangana. My other guests are two students who attended from Telangana who were picked by task and they attended the Mahakumbh, uh, Harika and uh, Chandra. So, welcome to the show, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
Let's start by Sina sir. I would like to start with you to just give us for the viewers, for the benefit of the viewers, as to what Mahakumbh, Startup Mahakumbh was all about.
In 2015-16, when the Honorable Prime Minister started the term itself, startup, at that time the term was not even known in India. And that is where we had just about 300 startups in India. Fast forward to 2024, the Startup Mahakumbh was a gathering of a lot of startups, investors, and everyone. And it was at the right juncture because today, in the last couple of years, we have moved from 300 to 123,000 startups. And that's a huge growth, which needed to be celebrated. And that is where multiple organizations of the government, multiple bodies like TAI and others, NASSCOM, SOCHAM, everyone could unite together along with the government of India to start the Startup Mahakumbh. It was a 3 days event being held at Bharat Mandapam, which became very, very famous for the G20 summit. So this was also the background where the Startup Mahakumbh was conducted. There were more than about, across the days, about 12,000 to 15,000 delegates, participants, speakers, etc. visited the Mahakumbh. So if you look at what is Kumbh, Kumbh is a place where you come, you meet like-minded people, you discuss, you solve problems, discuss best practices, and this entire thing also got conducted.
It place okay night wala.
It was truly an amalgamation. It was truly a collection of all visionary leaders. Dr. Amitabh Kant, Mr. Chintan Vaishnav, Director of Atal Innovation Mission, the UGC, the AICT Chairman, Dr. Sitaraman. You had all the visionaries in over there. Apart from people from the government side, we had the Minister, Mr. Piyush Goyal. We had the people from DPIIT. We had people from various other bodies also. So that is what Mahakumbh was. And the icing on the cake for everyone was that the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, also decided to be part of this and motivate our futurepreneurs. Two of them who are also on this call, and we have also, the coordinator who actually managed to get the students from Telangana, Ms. Sumati, also with us, and they'll be talking about their experience. But if you ask me, I have never witnessed an event like this in my entire life. Over to you, Major.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for painting that complete picture of what was happening at Mahakumbh and what led to the the whole gathering, as it is called, the Startup Mahakumbh. We also had our team there, and our team kind of filed the story, and we the reactions coming from various participants are very positive. So let's get into, I would like to understand from Ms. Sumati as to, if you can share, how did you go about, selecting the students from Telangana to be part of this Mahakumbh?
Actually, I would like to thank our CEO, sir, to pick me up for this great event to participate, to coordinate all these activities, sir. I'm actually basically from the Telangana, that is TSWRDC Nizamabad branch, sir. And I was given a great opportunity and the responsibility of all the 30 colleges, 20 colleges students to escort the students towards this program, sir. Without our CEO, sir, this program would not be a success, sir, because our sir, Srikant Sinha sir, has given and taken a lot of efforts for entering into the Startup Mahakumbh, sir. He personally has taken a lot of personal care, and he has handed over us the gate pass, and with that gate pass we could enter into the cabin, sir, into the Startup Mahakumbh. This was the first stage where we could enter into that such a big event, sir. So if that pass would have not been, means we would not entered into that event, sir. That I thank the CEO, sir, for that handing over that kind of a pass. He took his personal care and he has handed over us that pass, sir. And later on we could enter and we could
Let me
attend
come
the
to
program.
what was your experience? Firstly, if you can, tell us from where you are in Telangana, and what you study. Tell us a little bit of your college, and then if you can, share your experience of being part of this Mahakumbh.
I'm Harika representing my TSWRDC, W Vikarabad, sir. And I'm pursuing my degree BCom CA second year, sir. And this was my first experience, sir, to go to Delhi for an education purpose. And it was my pride and pleasure for giving me this opportunity to go to Delhi, sir. And I'm so excited. And I was also excited to go to Delhi as per my future goals are connected to this Startup Mahakumbh. And also, it was a very great opportunity for the task members to give undergraduates an opportunity for going to Delhi and letting know them what are their dreams and how to pursue and how to achieve our dreams. And it was a great event, sir. And firstly, I would like to thank our task CEO, sir, Srikant Sinha, sir, for providing us the invitation cards. And it was very difficult for us to join in that big crowd, sir. But you have helped us a lot by providing us that invitation passes.
If you can share your experience being as part of the Mahakumbh there in Delhi.
Lalit Chandra from Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies in Basar. And yeah, first of all, so I'm representing my whole college right now, and as the secretary of entrepreneurship cell of our college. So we usually constantly try to, build the startup culture in our college and, bring that business and entrepreneurial mindset. And we have been to a few programs of innovation or startup expos, but Startup Mahakumbh, it was definitely like it was one of a kind of an experience, right? Because it was India's largest startup expo and easily one of the biggest startup expos in whole world. And mostly the students who went there from our college were handpicked, and yeah, so I would like to speak about their experience mostly, and of course, including mine. And it consists of mostly of it feels a little bit empowering, to see the rural landscape of India being represented at one of the most biggest events in the whole country, because it's really throughout the years the rural India has been in the back door in the development race, which the world has already caught up. And to reach to that potential to catch up with the outer world, the rural landscape is constantly trying to enter in this business field and startup field. And the Startup Mahakumbh event had a huge number of startups that cater to the tier 2 and tier 3 towns and cities. So it was like watching us being represented in a global scale. and the problems of rural India are being solved. They are being capitalized on, and it's the rural market is kind of coming into the mainstream. That's what uh, my experience was with the Startup Mahakumbh. We also saw, like, our whole team actually just spreaded across the event and talked to various professionals and uh, problem solvers, and we have been interacting with a lot of them, knowing their marketing strategies and the problems they are working on. And we also talked about future collaborations. And yeah, so it was a lot of the experience has a lot of empowering kind of vibe to it. That's what I would say.
Sinali, it is very clear that the students really enjoyed every bit of being there, and definitely they come back, motivated and pumped up. So, one of the things was, when we had this conversation, you talked about, how you made an attempt of bringing students from rural India. So, if you could just, talk about the thought process that went into selection of these students, and also very importantly, you made a mention that, it was your initiative to ensure that they actually traveled by air, not by train.
Yeah. I think as the young futurepreneur, as we would like to call them, Lalit and has already spoken about it. There were about 700 startups over there, the stalls that were there, and every student interacted with the founders over there, and that is where their learning experience was. Now, the background for this entire thing was when Mr. Madan Padaki of the TIE Bangalore approached me and said that they are organizing a Startup Mahakumbh, which is going to be a one-in-a-lifetime event. Of course, now I'm being told that this is going to be repeated every year, and we look forward to it, growing in size and everything else. But yes, when he told me this, we started looking at our internal system itself and seeing, because we work with about 750 colleges across the state of Telangana. And for us to select, and when we were talking to him, we said, can you give us 1,000 seats? So he said, no, that will not be possible, because we are looking at about 1,500 students joining in. So we had about 300 to 400 students coming over there. The students were selected on 2-3 things. One was, we run a program which is a virtual program on creating an innovation and an entrepreneurial mindset, which is called as I4TS, which is Innovating for Telangana, which is an online program. It's a bilingual program, and any youth in the age group of 18 to 35 can log in and do this program online itself. So we looked at the people, and moving ahead, we said, okay, out of these people, who are the people who have submitted ideas, who have started working in that direction towards entrepreneurship? And we gave them a first chance, where we had about 100 odd students coming from the I4TS program itself. For the remaining 300 odd, we said, let's work it out. And that's where we looked at RJUKT, which is, if you look at it, they have got bright students. They are the 99 percentile people from the 10th grade who are immediately brought into the system. And it's a 5 years program that they are doing. And they are the most malleable. They are the most, people who can be molded. And if you look at, and when I had made discussions with the Honorable Vice Chancellor of RJUKT, who's a good friend, we have been talking about how we can expose these students to the world of entrepreneurship and what exactly is happening. And that's where we said, let's give 20 seats to RJUKT also. That's how we started dividing the seats. But of course, the closest to our heart are 2 institutions, which is Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential Colleges and Telangana Social Welfare Residential Colleges, and especially for women. And that's where we said, if we need to actually democratize entrepreneurship, both these institutions should also get represented. And that is where we were fortunate that we had representations from both these colleges across Telangana. and Madam Sumati was the in charge who brought in 20 plus girls from these colleges to actually witness the event and be there. These
Thank
people
you, sir, for giving me that opportunity, sir.
No, ma'am, I think you were the moving force. You have handled these students. And of course, I would like you to share also what was the journey like? What were these students' expectations when they were coming over there? Especially, I'm sure that some of the people would have been traveling to Delhi for the first time.
Yes, sir,
From
this is the first time.
that experience, yes, that'll be good because you would be being asked 100 questions. And what were
Yes,
those
sir.
questions and how did you handle them? Uh, Once I finish, probably you can talk about those things, ma'am.
Okay.
So essentially, if you look at it, that's how we started selecting the students. And finally, we started looking at people who were actually wanting to become entrepreneurs. And that was one of the basic criterias for us to select the students. Futurepreneurs is what they were in the true sense of the word itself.
Chandra, I want to bring you in till you fix the audio issue with Harika. Chandra, having been to Delhi and after your interaction with other entrepreneurs there and futurepreneurs, you have a college entrepreneur cell. What is the message you are going to be sharing with your classmates and other futurepreneurs from your college?
That's the correct thing to discuss actually. So we have been like thinking obviously for innovative ideas to encourage our own students to get into entrepreneurship and become the job givers instead of job seekers. And yeah, so the whole experience taught us about Delhi and the startup scene of whole India, like the rough sum of it. So you see, the process is actually very natural, right? So just because of us being in entrepreneurship cell doesn't mean we get all the knowledge of startups and entrepreneurship. So this experience has naturally evolved our students' understanding of my whole team's understanding about how we can communicate our way, how we can build efficient networks, and how we can actually bring our ideas into working stage. So after the trip, of course, it has been like one day, but we are all already excited and planning a lot of programs in our own college, a lot of competitions, pitching events, and startup hackathons and such and stuff. So you see, we have to work out a lot of innovative ways, and most of the time we have to think out of the box, especially in our college, because most of the students
So,
are totally, they're not exposed to all these things.
I understand
So
that. So,
they are not exposed to
Miss,
all these things since childhood.
I'm sure this event would help you take that message to the students, right? So, Ms. Sumati, if you could,
Yes, sir.
share some insights into the challenges that you face and how do you go about, convincing, students from rural Telangana to be part of this event.
Sir, first, I would like to thank our JS ma'am because we had a Zoom meet before we start from Hyderabad to Delhi, sir. She told us to make because I was the only person to take the students from Hyderabad to Delhi. So she told me to make a group. And Deepika from our college, TSWRDC Nizamabad, and Harika from Vikarabad, TSWRDC. These students has coordinated all the activities, and even two more students from Swati from West Varangal, and one more girl Nandini. These students help me out in all my program traveling towards the Startup Mahakumbh, sir. Because of these students, I could successfully bring the students safe to again return back to the Hyderabad, sir. And in every stage where I was crossing, all the people cooperation and coordination, I could do this, sir. Really, it was a big task, of course, for me, but I could, because of the support from our CEO, sir, and the head office and our secretary, sir and JS ma'am monitoring constantly in every 2 hours. I could do this program successfully, sir. And this program was really actually, even I too don't know that we have just picked up the student from our college. She was just quiet, sir. She's having a art of painting, sir. So we have taken her as a housemaster of our. I have picked up that girl, and with her idea, with her my student is topic is that is related to the eco-friendly products, to eradicate the plastic. So we have taken that concept, and I have worked on it for 10 days with that girl, sir, and done the PPT, and so brought the products. And with her talent, hidden talent, she has got, sir, painting on that eco-friendly products. We had painted on the like toddy leaves and jute bags. The painting was done, sir. I've even brought the products to exhibit there, but I didn't get that opportunity to exhibit there, sir. And but she has done a lot of efforts, and she was very silent in the class. And I don't know, when I made as a team leader to this 20 group of students, she has taken the initiative, she and Harika, both of them. Without their support, I would not really do this program successfully, sir. Because in every day I used to conduct, before starting, and in every half an hour we used to conduct the meeting. Everything is going on correct, means they used to say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. They have cooperated, and not only those, sir, all the students of social welfare colleges and the principals also, they were monitoring us constantly, especially our JS ma'am. She has taken the personal care, where this, because especially they are women, and they have to be safe and also participate in that program, sir. And without the support of CEO, sir, we could not have done this program, sir, because a lot of efforts he has taken, sir. I would thank him for organizing and picking the students of the social welfare degree colleges, of 20 students from this social welfare degree college. And also, I'm being a part, I feel very pleasure and pride, sir, because first time, even I'm also, it's the first time traveling return through flight. So journey through flight is for me also, it's a experience, a first time experience. I was very excited when the tickets was given to us, and with the support of CEO, sir. And especially
So it's
this,
not
I would, sir, my,
opportunity, is it?
I,
It's all
so
about giving opportunity, as I understand, right? So give the
yes,
opportunity,
sir.
and they would, people like youth like Harika and Chandra would, grab it both the hands, and do the needful, right? So Harika, could you share the experience, after you came back to your college? What was the reaction of your classmates?
It was my first experience to Delhi, and also I have learned many things in that Startup Mahakumbh, and mainly in the exhibition, sir. Like what are the products, and how to exhibit our product by just making the articles, and also mostly people will be more, they'll get more knowledge by seeing the products, not by learning, not by seeing any, not by telling. So I learned how entrepreneurs should be, and how, what are the qualities to be a successful businessman, and what are the strategies. And also I learned many things there, sir. And we also thought that, as a girl, I thought I cannot even go out of my home, but the task CEO sir provided us an opportunity to go out of state for for taking a first step to towards our dreams and to achieve success, sir. And also, the after coming from Delhi, the first reaction of my fellow students and my faculty and my principal, sir, was they were very proud of me, sir. Like I was the girl from my college to represent our college, but we did not get we did not get a chance of representing what was our idea. But we got much opportunity, and we have got much experience, that we have seen what is business, and how business products and how businessmen will be, and what are their speaking skills, and how to communicate with each other, and what to do to be a successful businessman, sir.
Thank you, Harika, for that. So Chandra, before I go to sir and close this, uh, What are your thoughts after having come back? Are you thinking of launching your own startup?
Yes, sir. So can I speak
So
about
Harika,
my startups?
yes, Harika, go ahead if you will do that. Yeah.
So should I start first?
Yes, Harika, go ahead. Yeah. Chandra, you can
So
go after Harika.
as a BCom CA student, I have a startup idea of millet menu, sir. And my startup, my company name is Millet Menu, sir. And it contains an app development, sir. An app development and also millet diet, sir. We need to develop an app, and in that app, the app will be available in every digital watches and smartphones, sir. It will say that how much millet intake we have to take daily, and what are the profits, and what are the healthy millets we have to intake, and what is the deficiency of millets in our body, sir. And also if we intake the millets, what are the healthy benefits. And also it is not only an app to say what is the millet diet and at what time we have to take, but it also provides some members will not have the accessibility of making and taking all the millets and making their own product, no, sir. We'll make the millet menu, or we'll make the products, and we'll sell them, sir. It is not only an app, but it is also a trading business, sir. Like we'll sell our millet menu, we'll sell our products to customers and make them learn what is the importance of millets, sir. It is my startup, sir.
Good. That's very commendable of you, Harika. That a trip like that is, you know, uh, motivated you to launch your own startup. So, Chandra, coming to you, have you come up with an idea, or your group of friends or classmates? What is it?
Yes, definitely. So I have my own idea of a semiconductor related startup, which I take a lot of interest in. And semiconductor is also getting a lot of boost from the government, right? So yes, I do hope I run a successful startup in the future. And yeah, so Startup Mahakumbh has actually helped me to connect with a lot of experts in this field of semiconductor technology. So yeah, and my team members also have a few startups of construction marketplace and student loan lending platforms and a lot more. So yeah, we cannot thank enough task, and especially Srikanth sir and our own faculty coordinator Rakesh sir as well. So yeah, so I do hope I run my own successful startup in the future.
Raji, it looks like a trip to Mahakumbh, and as Startup Mahakumbh wanted to achieve, it has ignited young minds.
So absolutely, I think not only ignited young minds, as Madam Sumati was saying, that the students took ownership, students took leadership, right, in the journey itself. So it started from there itself. The qualities of being a leader, a good team player, a good, everything started getting inculcated from there itself. Of course, the experience was awesome for them when they saw the Bharat Mandapam itself, right? And I'm sure that I'm speaking on the behalf of Harika also and Lalit Chandra also, that it would have been awesome for them to see the large auditorium and everything else and the grandeur of the building itself. And then coming to the Startup Mahakumbh Expo area, right? Which is another experience which is beyond anything, because you saw 700 startups over there, and you're able to understand that, okay, this idea which I was thinking is something which is a realistic idea. I probably can do something better in this in my own way. I
Yes.
can bring down the pricing. I can bring down multiple things. This is going to
True.
be USP in taking this forward. And that is what actually started the thought process. And I could see the people, and the energy over there in the expo area was extremely, extremely high and infectious. Apart from that, of course, they had speakers for the previous 2 days. Some of our students were part of it, where they even got a chance to hear to Mr. Aman Gupta, Mr. Piyush Bansal, and the Zomato owner also. So they also heard those people. Plus, they even took part in, and there were roundtables going on over there while the entire session the expo was happening in the same halls. There were roundtables happening. In fact, I was also part of one of the roundtables on the second day, for which I had traveled, which is more towards how do you encourage entrepreneurship in universities. And I think this entire thing would not have been possible while everyone is giving me the credit for it. I think it was all a team effort putting together the entire task team. And of course, unless until the sponsors for the event, the various people who actually gave in the money, SIDBI, e-marketplace of government and other, and plus all the private partners also like Zomato, etc. I don't think this kind of an event would have been possible. What
Yes,
this
sir.
event has done is not only ignited these people, but brought them and said that, look, today, anyone and everyone, and as the Honorable Prime Minister said in his thing, is today our entrepreneurship journey is there. The story is being told in tier 2, tier 3 towns and villages. And it is becoming a culture. A culture is something which can never be derailed or stopped. And that is what I think truly that is happening. Mr. Madan, of course, was supposed to be there on this show, but unfortunately, due to a prior commitment, extending, he is not able to join in. So probably from his side, I would also like to thank him for providing the opportunity to the task students, as well as also mention to the young students over here that they have also become part of a group now of futurepreneurs who will be mentored. So they have become part of a network of about 1,500 plus students who is going to be mentoring, who are going to be mentored by some of the topmost founders and mentors in India. They are going to be handheld, and they will be supported in whichever way by the organizers of Startup Mahakumbh. So after igniting their thought process, getting them to think about different ideas, coming up with solutions for problems, the next step is how do you take it forward? So this is not a one-time event that has happened, but it is going to be followed by a complete process itself to ensure that the ball doesn't get dropped in between.
Sinani, before I wrap up this conversation, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you think, given the success, the impact it has created, the Startup Mahakumbh, should there be a similar small-scale Mahakumbh at state level or even district level, so that more students, more youth, or the futurepreneurs, as you call them, get the opportunity to interact, right at the probably at the district level, state level, and then probably go to the national level. That way, we make the net much bigger, much larger.
No,
And
absolutely.
after that would Telangana and task take up the task.
No, absolutely. I think Telangana has got a very, very vibrant ecosystem of entrepreneurship. As you already know, we have T-Hub, where people who are with an MVP, they help them accelerate. If you have a woman entrepreneur as a founder, and you have an idea, you don't even have an MVP, We Hub will help you accelerate. Then you have organizations like Rich who bring in research, etc., to the startup world and the industry. You have, Intinta Innovator program run by, Telangana State Innovation Council, and T-Works, which is the prototyping center, and of course, Task, which is into creating an entrepreneurial mindset. So with all these organizations working together, I think organizing this kind of a thing at a state level or a district level, of course, TSIC had been doing events, the Intinta Innovator program that I spoke about, which is more of a show yatra, trying to identify, innovations that are happening currently, in our villages. So it'll be a good idea to have this. And what is most important is that I think it's important to link it with different SDGs and other things also, so that our youth are aware about the sustainable development goals, what it means, how exactly can they play a part in ensuring clean and green environment, and all these other things. So I think it's important for us to do something at the state level also. And definitely, uh, uh, earlier on, we used to do something similar in August, around 15th of August. I think it's important for us to keep this momentum up at all the districts. In fact, I'm very happy to say that, when I got to know that apart from Telangana, across India, the students had come. And today, entrepreneurship, these 1,23,000 people that I'm talking about, are from 600 districts across Telangana, across India, sorry. And which is a real thing, just see how the needle has moved. So definitely we should do those things also, and then, help them, mentor them and coach them so that they can become real, probably decacons later on, not only unicorns or unicorns, but decacons later on.
Likely, as the Prime Minister said in the speech at the Mahakumbh, that this has become a social norm and it's not going to stop. So, and we will be, as MyStartup, we will be following everything that's happening in the startup ecosystem, and we hope to see you again on some of our shows. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining, and thank you, panelists, Chandra, Harika, and Smriti Madam. Thanks for joining.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.